Not like it's anything special, but we have done the comeback. The comeback to save my job.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Mattov's English Journey, and welcome to the final day of the season here in Leyton Orient. It's been a season where we've been at two clubs. We've been at Alfreton and we've been at Leyton Orient. If we're going to take a look at Alfreton, how they're doing quickly, cool thing to check up on. They just managed to scrape relegation, I believe. If we're going to take a look at the league table here, yeah, as you can see, they were in the exact same position as we left them. So, I mean, it does raise the question, did we take them as far as we could? But I also would like to put I would put some blame on myself because maybe the signings that I made weren't as good in the summer, and the manager who inherited it didn't have a very good time with them. But they also did bring in a lot of players on loan, and if you take a look at the players who are there now, I mean, so many of our boys have been dropped from the team. You know, we've had these three new signings come in. There's no sign of Kenny Coker wherever he is. He's there. He's on the bench, and his contract is expiring in 2 months. And when this turns June 1st, I believe, or it might be May 1st, we can actually sign players on pre-contract agreements, and there might be a case for bringing in Kenny Coker. I think I already said this once, but they have dropped him out of the team. They've brought in all these young boys, I believe, if you look here, all a bunch of regens. I mean, I'm not really too sure why they would do that. They already had a pretty decent squad to work with, maybe some bench players. They've also dropped it to a 4-4-2, which is I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of it. As you can see here, they're playing with Harlem, Hale and Munich and Daffer up top, and then pretty much it's just new players. They've got Billington, that young centre back, playing there, and it's an interesting thing that's happened, but I guess that's how it works when you're not manager. But we need to focus on our own club here. I mean, I'm pretty frustrated with what's going on. The board are saying that our job is literally about to go. I mean, this is so frustrating because they said we wanted a top off finish, right? Okay, fair enough. I didn't deliver on that in the first season. We are safe from relegation. We have dropped down a lot, and that is in my hands. But with the squad I've inherited, and the fact that the fans believe that they could get a playoff finish here, as you can see, which they're so annoyed about. The fact they think they could get that when all they had was just a good bit of spell of football here when other teams must have been doing bad. I already said this about the league. If you go on bad spells of form, you will be punished and just lose that spot. And the manager before me has contributed to that. And although I have contributed quite a lot to it, it's still like I still think it's a bit unfair. At least give me till the summer to survive. And I think if we do it today, we at least pick up some points today. We should be able to hold on to the job, but we literally could be sacked today, and I would be so annoyed if that was the case because I feel like if I had a bit more time, bit of the money in the summer, then we could build something. But I've come in at an awkward time, and to be fair, that is a decision that I wanted to make, and I have made it. And if it's not going to work out, then that's just how it is. But I just feel like the board have been quite unrealistic. I've inherited this squad, had little time. It was hard to make signings that I wanted to in January because the time I had and the money I had, as you can see here, just the £26,000 transfer budget, a bit on the wage bill as well, but that amount of money is not going to mean any major signings are going to come in. I brought the players who I wanted to bring in, at least emergency signings, but I still think it's a bit unfair to be have the job on the line in such a way, you know. For most of these, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and this other trophy as well, I wasn't even here when that was the case. So I think it's quite annoying that that's the case. I think it's pretty unfair, to be honest. Maybe if there was a different reason for it, maybe if they'd have said avoid relegation and we didn't do that, then that's fair enough. But like, I don't think I've had a bad season. That it has been not the best performance from us, but if they gave me the time and had a bit more belief in me, especially next year, if this happens again next year, there could be a case for leaving this club after maybe even less than a season. You know, we could have only had 3 episodes, and that could even all end today. But we just have to see what happens when the team plays bad. It just drops out so fast because of the way this league works. You just drop and drop and drop if you play bad, and you can fall so easily. But even if you take a look at, if we were to win today, we could climb a lot of spaces. So That's just the way it works. At times we were above that target, at times we were below it. I guess that's just how it is, but I just wish the board were a bit fairer with us and the fans as well, especially. I mean, for a team who finished last year in, if we're going to take a look here, in 20th place the season before last, 16th last year, for me to come here and have the chance to have a better finish if we were to pick up some results today, considering I've taken over for half the season, I think that's a pretty decent result. And then come next season, I've been proven to be able to take teams into playoff spots and win the league even. For a team who was in League Two and in the National League just a few years ago, I think it's quite unfair and unrealistic that they thought it would be so easy to just get that playoff spot. And especially looking at that form, it doesn't look like a set of results that gets you in the playoffs. You know, a lot of wins that have been scraped by just one goal margins don't look like the most comfortable wins. And if the manager's getting sacked, then well, why has that happened? You have to raise that question. I just think it's pretty unsustainable what they did at the start of the season, and it's clearly shown now between two managers. So less complaining, I guess. Hopefully we can hold on to this job, and then next season we can go and do some better things. And then if I can't deliver next year, then there's the case of leaving because we haven't been able to do it. And then we have to consider, what do we do from there? Do we go with a whole new tactic to a new club? What type of club do we go to? I'm not too sure. I'm just looking to get past this day because our job is definitely in the firing range at the moment. So let's just go and see what we can do. This first game will be tough away from home against Reading, and I mean, to pick up a point would be good, but I'm not really too sure. I mean, our job could be done by the end of this episode. So let's go and see what we can do. So the team for this game against Reading starts with Isted in goal, backline of Vacono, Bilongo, Hap, Digavigny and James Wilding. We've got Galbraith, Dudziak and Augustidis. Augustidis is playing a lot higher, but I guess he still makes up that midfield. We've got Jeff Coate playing on the left, Omar Cherry on the right, and Joe Taylor up top. Kick off here in this game against Reading. One thing that would be so annoying is that if we were to get sacked with 2 games left to go in this season, after the last few games I've not even had the worst performances. They obviously could have been better, but like I haven't had the worst performances. That would be just so. I think that's just so impractical in my opinion. At least give me the summer, and then if by say I don't know October or November I haven't delivered, then that's fair enough. If I've used the money ineffectively, then we can all agree that I will be leaving the club, and it's a shame that that's happened because we did want to obviously get this team promoted to the championship. That would be a nice goal for us to achieve with this club. But if that was to be the case, then I just think it's a bit of a disrespect between the two of us. The result's not going to come in your final game. The team is safe from relegation, even if we sit in a pretty, unappealing position. I just think it would be such an annoying decision, and at least give me the summer. I want to have the summer as well. I don't want to just leave come this summer and because we're on bad terms. The board have already discussed this when we have had the meeting where, the one where you're about to leave, and I have said I don't think there is someone better. I feel like if I want to stay, we should have this good relationship, and then that's the reason why we should do it. And like I just think that's just what I think about it, to be honest. Whatever happens, happens. But it's just annoying that if it was to end in such a quick way, considering we've only been here since December and it's now April, 5 months, it would be annoying that I've not been given the time. Maybe I didn't deliver in that time, but if I just think if it was to stay here for the summer and the season, the playoff charge could be on. But this game doesn't help our efforts at all because it looks like we could be set to lose it, and that doesn't help our efforts at staying at the club. I think one loss maybe could get us out of here. Yeah, but if I was to stay here though, I mean, I just said I might be out, but if I was to stay here, theoretically, let's just say that a lot of these players will be moving out at the end of their contracts. I think that if like I don't know how to explain it, but like if they're going to be moving out, then there's the opportunity for bringing in new players. That brings a whole different dynamic into this squad, into this team, and then the figures that have not really performed too well. Maybe it's the tactic, I don't know, but I think I've nailed on the tactic a lot better than it was previously. If we were to, bring in these new faces, then I think it would be much better, and getting rid of the faces that don't want to keep here. They're on end of contracts for the reason they weren't tied down by previous managers. There's probably a reason why that's happened, and I don't think I've inherited the best squad really. It's pretty disappointing that that's happened. Some of the signings over the last few years not been the best, where some of these teams in this league have had players come in from like Premier League teams, and all these different big teams, and I've inherited players who've not had this as much experience as that, and I just think it's a tough position to have come in. I don't know, maybe I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I still think it's a decent project. I knew it would be quite tough because of some of the facilities. A team who's just been in the National League obviously is not going to be exceeding, but that's what our goal is, to make them be exceeding. But it's just about time, and giving the time and trusting in the manager and not expecting those results to come instantly. I don't think it's ever going to come with any manager. Just hope we can hold on to this job and then see what we can do. And hopefully I can deliver on my words next year, or else we could be out of a job. As Augustidis finds himself through on goal and he has the chance to pull back a goal for us in this game. Not meant to be there, and now we have 25 minutes to try and find something here, or else that job could be done. 15 minutes left in this game, nothing too much really happening for us. We had a bit more possession in the second half. We've also gone on the positive mentality. We brought on Tanga and Robinson, so some right-sided changes for us. We'll get to see them as Robinson finds himself on the ball. He might look to play Tanga through with that ball, and that's what he does. And now Tanga will look to try and burst down this right side. He plays the ball into the middle. Joe Taylor, he's had a quite impressive run of form. I was saying last episode about how the strikers have not really been nailed on. Him and Augustidis as well in that shadow striker role that Jeff Coat can also play. They've been quite good, as Tanga has that shot there, and it's forced to save from the Reading goalkeeper. He's playing quite positive, and I think he might get a starting spot over Omar Cherry, who's not been. He's been getting injured so much, which is, out of his hands really, but he hasn't been playing very well. Jeff Coat plays that ball into Tanga, and he has another chance there. He's playing so positive for us. I think he will get a starting spot in that last game of the season against Bradford, where, if we don't win that game, then we probably deserve to be sacked at home against the bottom of the league managerless team. We definitely should be winning that and picking up 3 points to end off our season here. Not been the most successful, as I say, but for me personally, I'm not too frustrated, and this is where I think it should have more board interaction. If I was doing bad and then I said that I felt annoyed with how we're doing, I can't deny that I'm annoyed, but I'm also not bothered, because I feel like I'm excited for the summer, and I want to have the time. I've got a willingness to continue here, and I don't want to leave. I'm not looking at the money and stuff like that. I'm just considering spending time here and doing just enjoying being the manager of this club, And I think there's the potential in it. As I say, it'll be a tough job, and it has been a tough job thus far. And I just think if we had more board interaction, then we could say, I think these expectations are a bit unrealistic. Maybe I could have said it in the job interview, but I did think it would be possible to get that, at least the top half finish. It wasn't meant to be this season, but what can you do really? It's all just part of the role, and some managers will have bad spells, they'll have good spells. I think we've had a good and a bad spell up to now, with Alfreton, and also with Leyton Orient as of now, but there is still that potential to improve, and I definitely think we have the chance to, should we keep our job, and hopefully we can keep it after this game, because it's not been a good performance at all. We look like we'll be losing 2-0 at home. If the board sack me off this game against a good Reading team, then it's just we're not aligned clearly. But what can you do really? Reading is just knocking this ball around. A good team, championship team, an established championship team, and to concede just two. It's not that bad in my opinion. If we'd have lost this on a normal day where the squad was playing well, I don't think I'd be too annoyed. We've had some chances as well. We haven't played really that bad, but if the board think different, then what can you do really? Is Taylor, he's supposed to be subbed off, but I think it will go to the end of the game before he is actually brought off. He is playing quite deep there, and he was trying to dribble that ball through. Nothing comes of it. The full-time whistle goes here, and let's just see if we can hold on to our job. And as you can see here, we've not been sacked. Luckily, I did say to them once again, we've had the same meeting, because that's just what's going to happen with every result that we get. I've said I don't think you'll find anyone better than us, so we keep our job for now. I think that is the truth. Like, I'm not one to float my own boat at all, because in actual, like, if we bring it into more real life terms, I don't have that loads of football manager experience, but in this current state of affairs, I just don't see it as logical at all. Trying to convince them to stay on my side, because I definitely think it's worth it. And yeah, that's the response we have to go with. I guess final game of the season against Bradford City at home, managerless. This is a game we should be winning, and if we don't win this game, then there's no excuse for that really. But let's just go and see what we can do. So the team for this final game of the season starts with Istin in goal, backline of Kono, Bilongo, Hap, Digavigny and James Wilding. Galbraith and Duzdiak in the midfield. We've got Jeffcoat, Avgustidis, Tanga and Taylor up top. Kick off here in this game against Bradford. As you can see here, it looks like we've had a fair few chances, but it's a Bradford goal kick there. As you can see, hopefully we can win back this header. I mean, one thing I've also got to consider, if we were to keep our job now, which I do think we will be able to, I think we will get the summer off the back of that board meeting, is the tactic I want to go with. I don't feel like I've been nailed on with one, but I am a huge fan of wing play. I've always been a fan of it, and I used to like a three at the back, similar when I think it was when when England played in the Euros 2021. I was quite a big fan of that system, and the 3-4-3, that three at the back with the really secure defense, having them holding midfielders and the wing backs who had such a big influence on the game. I was such a huge fan of that, and yeah, maybe we switch to something like that and improve this wing play style. But I'm also a big fan of this 4-2-3-1 that we've got going on. Maybe switch it to a 4-2-4, something like that. I'm not really too sure. Maybe we need to nail on a bit of a different tactic, change up instructions, gain myself some experience in doing that. We've given away a penalty here early on in this game. This is not good at all, as they have a chance to make it 1-0. Bottom of the league, Bradford, maybe we underestimated them. They've made it 1-0 in this game, and yeah, this is just annoying. 30 minutes gone in this game. Our centre-back, Hap, standing over that corner. I don't know why he's on it. He probably should be in the box of Gustidis. Rising for that header, but he just misses out. Narrowly puts it past the post. He's had a good few games as well, along with Taylor. Maybe pairing them two next year. I know they're tied down. And Joe Taylor is looking like a decent striker, but I think we do need an elite level goal scorer. As Gustidis there, he looked like a foul in the box, but it has just gone straight for him. Very, very unlucky that he was not able to get a chance away there. And our Hap plays his ball to Akono Bilongo from left wing back. He has broken into his first team. Much better performances than Larketch. Plays the ball in Tanga at the back post. He'll reach for the header, but he doesn't manage to win that one. And James Wilding plays it back to Tanga. What can he do on this ball? He's had a good few games for us here. Tanga, he'll look to try and deliver this ball, and he might go back to James Wilding instead. That's what he does. And now James Wilding will look to play this ball, and he plays it to Avgustidis in the middle, and it's deflected off of Bradford defender. And now we have another chance from this corner. Dan Hap ball in, and we want Avgustidis on the end of it once again. He had a good header just now. Hopefully he can convert this into a chance. It's some good attacking play for us. The ball goes in. Tanga will look to try and reach it, but it goes straight into the hands of the Bradford goalkeeper. 50 minutes gone in this game. Bradford find themselves on the ball, and now we've got to find at least 2 goals in this game. I mean, I said it's a game we should be winning, but I just think the boys are actually, one, they're done in, and also they are just the morale is just bad at the club. The dressing room atmosphere, very, very bad. But as I say, this summer is going to be absolutely massive to try and recover the club. I mean, I wouldn't put the state of it solely down to me. I don't even think the state of the club's that bad. Like, for a team who was in League Two a couple of years ago, whose finishes in the last 2 seasons were like in the mid-table, low mid-table, it's really not that bad. The fact you've had to sack your manager and then bring in someone like me, who arguably has not had that much experience here. Okay, I wanted to step up and I've wanted to be here, but it's not the worst result that could have been delivered. The team could have been relegated, and I've saved them from relegation. And even if they weren't even considering relegation at one point in the season, they are arguably a team that could be easily in these relegation spots. And I'm not trying to downplay what they did at the start of the season, but it's just a matter of fact. Really, there's nothing you can say about that, and I guess it's just something we have to deal with. It's all just one big interesting scenario. I guess it enhances our experience here at the club, and if we do get those results next season, should we be here, that would just make it the whole lot better. That ball goes in. Tanga finds himself on the end of this ball. Luke trying to deliver it into the middle. Avgustidis is waiting, and yet again the Bradford defender manages to reach it so close for us. Yet again to pull him back a goal to make it 1-1 here in this game. We've still got a lot of time left. We could definitely turn this game on its head at home. Our home record's been awful. We've been much better away from home. The ball goes into the back post there. I think it might have been Avgustidis once again. He doesn't manage to reach it. I know we got a win quite a few, it was a few games ago, not episodes ago, against Wrexham away from home, and that was a pretty tough game, and we still managed to get the result. Jeffcoat plays his ball into the middle. Taylor is waiting there, and he doesn't manage to reach it. Now Dudziak once again plays it out to Tanga. These attacking, set of plays have been really, really good. Jeffcoat, the one who's not been involved. Augustinus is waiting in the middle and he's hit the crossbar. How close are we going to get? This is the stuff that I'm on about, man. If we had a proper striker who could convert, the amount of chances we get sometimes and the amount of ball we have, we seriously could be a good team. And this is why I say I see the potential in this team. It's just not clicking at the moment. But come next season, we could be onto something. Should we stay here? That's always the question that's being raised. Because after every game, it just feels like we are being, interrogated by the board. But it's just how it is at the moment, and hopefully that can turn around come the start of the new season, as Bradford find themselves on the attack once again in this game. They're knocking it around, playing around some nice football for a team who's going down into League Two. They have come to our stadium and done well. Maybe not the fortress that we want stadiums to be. I've said this before. I like to come to stadiums and make them fortresses. Doesn't look like we've made one as of yet, but Brisbane Road has that potential. Make it a scary place, because I cherish home advantage being so important. Augustinus is fouled in the box there, and finally we might have a chance to pull a goal back in this game. It's going to be Joe Taylor who stands up to take this penalty, and now this could be a huge penalty. This penalty could save my job. Joe Taylor steps up and he's put it right into that top corner. Lovely finish from him, the goal that could possibly save my job. And now we have a chance to go on the attack in front. I mean, we have been attacking most of this game, we just haven't had the chances. Now we finally got one. We need to turn this game on its head and take the 3 points with us. 20 minutes left in this game. This ball forward by our goalkeeper has been played into absolutely nowhere. I think I have short kick set, so I don't know why that's been a thing. If we go and take a look in transition, no, I don't have short kicks. I think I removed all those tactics, because one thing I've implemented is our passing ranges. I want them to be more flexible. I do like a direct passing style, but this fast wing play style, especially with the attacking players we have and the wing backs as well, I think the more flexible passing instead of this direct style is much better for us, and I don't think it can be implemented together. One thing I've realised, so it's not going to be, and we've removed that now. And hopefully the wing play tactic can pay off for us. I know it's a tactic that many don't appreciate, but I certainly like it. I think it's a modern way of playing football, and it implements some of the core factors of any football team, which is something I've lived by. I've said it by in episodes previously so many times. I mean, it might have been the first ever episode on the channel where I said that. Very, very important to me. But Bradford have pulled another goal back, goal on us in this game to make it 2-1, and we have just been absolutely horrible. I'm looking forward to seeing this season out. It's not been the best fourth season for us in our career. 10 minutes left in this game as Galbraith finds himself on the ball in midfield. I think he might be a player who is leaving in the summer, or we might have tied him down to another year. Actually, he's a good utility player for us there. Graham finds himself on the ball. Larketch subbed on for us there, and he loses out on that ball. One of the reasons why he has dropped out of this team, but he has played a nice ball over there to Tanga on that far side, and he doesn't manage to win his header. Galbraith now will have a chance. He plays the ball forward to Dudziak. Dudziak will have the shot, and there is the goal to tie up this game. It could be another goal to save my job. The second time we've said that in this game, and now we still alive in this game. I mean, it's been all Bradford, to be honest. There's no other way of putting it. Let's just hope we can find something. 5 minutes left in this game. The corner in from Graham goes into the middle of the box. It doesn't come to anything, but it falls out to Tanga now, and we know what he can do. He loses out on that ball there, and now we need to get it back forward. Tanga needs to win his header. He plays it to the middle. Omi Cherry's waiting, and it's the two Bradford defenders get in the way before Tanga can do anything with that, and now Graham has a chance to play this ball into the middle. It's a poor ball. It doesn't reach anyone. Dudziak it now falls to, and he goes back to Galbraith in the midfield. You want to switch it over to that far side where Robinson is waiting. That's what he does, and now Robinson will need to burst down this side, play a ball into the box where Omicherry is waiting. He's made a good run down this side. He plays that ball into the middle. Omicherry's waiting, and the goal from Promise Omicherry to make it 3-2, and we've done the comeback. Not like it's anything special, but we have done the comeback. The comeback to save my job. Final moment of this season for us here. We get a win at home, and luckily that is I'm happy we got it. It wasn't pretty football, but we still managed to get it, and that might have just saved our skin, luckily for us. And now we have a huge summer ahead of us to decide if we will be just keeping our job here. It looks like we'll be keeping it for now, but will we be able to do it again next year and push for the playoff spot, which is what we want. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with a tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.